Warning, spoilies ahead. See, like, I've always imagined it as I'm in a car, right? Or a rocket ship, wherever we're going fast, right? Or just in a room, and things are just gonna get balls to the wall. I'm standing in place, my balls, if you will, comedically go woo, 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 and then smack against the wall, and I'm just like, whoa! Like, that's my depiction of
Because
balls to the
something is
wall.
so intense,
So intense that my
your
balls,
balls get smashed into a wall.
while I stand still in my spot, planted there, not moving.
I think that's what it is. That's what I thought it is.
Probably. Okay.
Something
Well,
is so intense, your balls get blasted back. I guess.
season 7, balls to the wall, cold open. Then the intro song. Hi, welcome to season 7 of Two Guys, One Film. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Dane.
Good Lord, it's been 7 seasons, folks. It's been fantastic. Thank you for watching. If you're new, thank you for watching. If you don't watch, get lost, bozo. This is a cool zone.
Cool guys only.
Cool people only zone.
That's right.
Quick update. We are dying of Gideon's disease. We have about 50 years tops, so we will be doing this show till the day we die. But let's not talk about that. I don't want to dwell on bad news. I want to start the show, season 7. And this week, for the viewer's choice, came from Jen, and we watched Joe Dirt, which came out in 2001, which that's a fucking long time ago. Directed by Denny Gordon, written by David Spade and Fred Wolf, who was the radio DJ guy. Like, dude, you were eating off that.
Oh,
So they wrote that. It was
it was a Happy Madison film, and I
Yeah.
totally forgot about that.
which like you can kind of tell because it's like nothing against David Spade, but it's like, average looking guy with like one of the most beautiful women in love with him that he ends up with. Like every Adam Sandler movie, it's like
Yeah.
Adam Sandler with the most beautiful woman in the world. And it's like,
Yeah.
because
For
you know
some-
why? Because they're funny, and
Yeah.
they love a funny
And
man.
that's what women are attracted to. Funny men.
Funny men with great wigs.
Yep.
So I don't want to do a synopsis because that's a season 6 thing. Read it for yourself. Joe Dirt, fun movie. Let's fucking dive at it. I love this movie. I've watched it quite a bit. There are quotes that I use to this day when talking about stuff in life. It's just fucking fun. Joe Dirt's
Yeah.
a fun movie.
It sucks because, okay, I saw there were mixed reviews. I rented it, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say where I rented it
On a
from.
competitive, on a site.
Yeah, and the reviews were, not the highest, but pretty good. And then, on the internet, it was like super low. It's like, oh, come on.
See, this
I mean,
is why...
there's some questionable things, but it was also the time, and I'm not
2001.
excusing it.
Also, who gives a shit? It's a fucking movie.
Seriously.
But, like, I think, once again, don't listen to critics, except for us. Go watch a movie for yourself. Once again, I can't stress it enough. Don't listen to critics, only listen to us. We're a cool kind of critic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
'Cause,
saw the same
even
thing.
if it
It's like,
sucks, we'll still be like, check it out.
Yeah.
You might enjoy it.
I saw the same thing. It's got like a 6, and I was like, what?
Yeah. But,
Dang, as Joe Dirt
yeah.
would say. I just love all of his inability of like comebacks. It's like, you suck. You do. Like, just like you're not worth it. You are. You're not. I mean, worth it. It is. Like,
oh my
and
God.
Dennis Miller as the radio DJ is fucking great too. You know what's weird is like the entire time I have seen this movie, it never clicked in my brain that they were in California, like he was in Hollywood in the movie. Like at the beginning, he's like on fucking like LA news. Like I don't know why I was just like never clicked in my head where he was. And I was watching. I was like, hey, that's where I live in this. Well, hey, I live in this state. I get it
Wow. Well,
now.
maybe it was only because maybe it's because you now live there.
And yeah, I was like, hey, that's where I'm from. So he was born without the top of his skull, and they put a wig on, and then the bones fused with the hair. You know, he doesn't want to get scientifical.
I like
But
before that. I like how he's talking to himself in the bathroom.
yeah, keep on keeping on, man. No, don't put no in your heart. Good things will come to you. And then like guy
That
comes out of the stall. Like
it's stuff like that
yeah,
that
but
I
like a
really like.
beautiful detail I loved was that they used like the same wig on the kid, so it's like all the way down to his butt in length,
Yeah.
which is great. So it's like it's great because you know it's like a wig, so it's the same
Mhm.
length. So on like child him, it's like super
Yeah.
long, and then adult him, it's like I was like that's fucking funny. Look, Dad, it's none of that pussy shit skull.
I like the way he like falls and like gets hurt.
Yeah,
Like
one of my
right in the
favorite.
beginning is when like those dudes like push him down.
Yeah,
Just the way he
just
like
the end of the
flies.
camp, and
Yeah.
then like the tree. Like I don't know. There's still one bit. And it's we're gonna jump around, folks. We're not doing that linear shit anymore. When he
We
gets
never
thrown
did.
out of the alligator's mouth, the way that he like kind of flies through the air has
Yeah.
always been fucking funny to me because it's just like hey, like sideways and like spins.
Or when that dude like picks him up at the oil field,
Yeah,
like throws him. What's funny is like that close up on his face. You
you
could
can tell
totally
it's
tell
like a
it's not him,
stuntman.
but
Yeah.
it's just the way he lands. It's
Luckily, my
hilarious.
neck broke my fall. And like the soundtrack to this movie is fucking killer. Like it's
Hmm.
got some good tunes in it. It's got some James King, and you got Joe Welsh,
Got some Blue
Bob
Oyster Cult.
Sagar, Cheap Trick. I could go on, but I forgot most of them, so I can't go on.
Yeah,
I want to sound cool to you folks that I know music, when in actuality I just Googled it, wrote it down. I've never listened to music.
ever.
Secrets out, tabloids out. Dylan and Dane haven't listened to music.
Not once.
We just want to be cool. This is the movie that got me saying Van Hagar, though. Is it
Yeah,
like Van Halen, not Van
not Van
Hagar. And I'm
Hagar.
like, fuck yeah,
That
dude.
always makes me laugh too.
Yeah. I'm Seeger, you're probably listening to, not Andy Gibb, who the fuck? Oh, Leif Garrett. It's probably
Yeah.
something like this. And he's
He's
like, shaking his butt on the fucking, like, railroad tracks. I just like so when the meteor falls, you know, and he gets the meteor, and they go, he's like, "See, meteor, this place is called a town. It's a place where everybody hates you and
Yeah.
beats you up."
You know, like
It's sad.
I'm thinking like when he said that, I'm like, man, why does everybody just because of the way he looks, they just like are mean to him and like beat him up
His
for
name is
like
Dirt.
like
Dirte, Joe Dirte. Don't try to church it up, son. But like, I think as an adult, this movie is a lot sadder to me.
yeah.
Like, I know it's like cheesy and stuff like that, but like now that I'm adult, like the logistics and like the actuality of like, fuck, that sucks. Like living on your own like that. I'm like, how the fuck do you do that?
Yeah.
Why does everybody hate him? Man, he's on his own for so long. How does like it like that sunk in? I was like, man, that really
Yeah.
is sad. Like, poor Joe. I wouldn't
Yeah,
be
I know
friends with
like
Joe.
see and like that sunk in like when he's like yeah, like when the meteor falls and he's like outside like camping like
In a field. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
And I'm
It's
like,
just like,
man, that
and then he like
sucks.
sleeps on it outside the burger
Yeah,
place. What
and
we
I was like,
call
that's
being
like
in burger heaven. Like,
yeah, and like that part is sad too, and I'm like, what the
yeah.
hell, dude?
Like I didn't think like it would hit me as hard because I remember it being like a funny comedy. Like it's
Yeah.
hilarious still, but like I don't know why. Maybe I've just because I've grown up and I've gotten sadder and older and. You know, I've had depression for the last couple of all of my life, so I was like, man, this really hit, dude.
Yeah.
One of my favorite lines is when he's got the meteor and those guys, and he's like, "Why don't you go practice falling down? I'll be there in a minute."
I love how I like the intro to that scene, and they're like what are
Like
they
with the
like smashing
magnifying
quarters? Like,
glass,
are,
yeah.
no, they're like smashing quarters with the
Oh,
train
that's
track, and they're just like, oh, so flat,
Yeah.
so flat.
And it's just great because they're like supposed to be like kids or like, maybe
Yeah.
high schoolers, but they're all like fucking full adults. And
Yeah.
Joe's got his mustache, but like my hair doesn't grow here or here too
I love
much.
I
It's
love
like,
how he's just like, oh yeah, so it just grows all white trashy like that. And he's
yeah,
like,
you
yeah,
are you have so much white trash DNA in you that it just grows like that. Yeah, I mean I don't really know what you said, but yeah, something like that, I guess. Dennis Miller is a good like radio DJ for
Yeah.
them. Like I don't know, I just like the way he talks. Like, hey, I need to know more of the saga of Joe Dirt. Like,
a saga of Dirty Joe.
yeah. Let's go practice falling down. Be there in a minute. You're not worth it. You're not worth it. You aren't. You had my totally got those guys. You had my back, meteor.
It's weird because it looks like it kind of has a face.
Yeah, and like when you know what it is, it's like, oh, that's why it's blue. Oh, because the
yeah.
toilet water and planes are blue. We call them Boeing bombs.
Boeing bombs.
Yeah. See the peanut there? Dead giveaway.
It's a space peanut.
Nope, just a big old frozen chunk of poopy. Love the way he says that. Always have loved. Nope, just a big old frozen chunk of poopy. Dude, you were eating off of that. So, like, when he's talking about how he was, like, stealing stuff and he's, like, at Brandy's farm, like, the light from the doorway and he,
Okay,
like,
I-
jumps
I-
over it. Like, it's just,
I wrote that down because I was like, that's ridiculous.
it's, like, totally makes a difference, like, sneaking around. And just, like, how tall that hat is on his head.
I know.
And it's just, like, the way he, like, jumps over that light, like, he's, like, being sneaky. Like, oh, man.
And
That's
then
when we get the
dog
introduction
scene.
of Charlie. Charlie
Well,
and
and
Brandy. Yeah. His nuts are frozen to the porch, which, like... We're going to get weird with this, folks. As thinking about making the movie, not only did somebody have to make fake balls, how did they attach them to the dog well enough for when it stood up and sat down? Like, I know it's a movie dog, it's trained really well, but I want to know the making of that scene.
I bet you those
How did they
balls were
attach
way
it?
more stretchy.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. They
and
look like
it was
silly
probably
putty.
it probably wasn't attached to him very very
Like,
well,
I'm just
you know?
thinking, like, is it, like, wrapped around his tail? It's like a little harness,
That's
Like,
what I was
wanna
kind of
know-
assuming because I'm sitting there kind of wondering too. Like without
Like,
hurting the dog, how did you do
Yeah.
it?
So, very curious. Anybody who worked on Joe Dirt, if for some fucking
wanna-
reason
yeah.
you're watching our dumb show, tell us how the nut scene worked.
Or if you just
I'm
somehow
curious.
know how the
Hit us up
prosthetic
in the
nut
comments.
scene worked, I'm curious.
They're very stretchy. They looked like silly putty.
Or
Do
taffy.
you have anything to get them off? A fucking scissors? No, ouch. Like one of them.
Like hot, warm water and a fork.
Fork. No, yeah, no, it's a flat spatula thing, man. Sorry, buddy, she's trying. You know how, like, your tongue gets frozen to the freezer because it's wet, cold, I think his nuts got frozen to the porch. Yeah. And then Joe Don Baker as her dad. Fucking Mitchell. Like, that's one of the lines I use. Like, anytime one of, like, the fucking, like, we work in retail, folks. Anytime, like, someone that's obviously not, like, down on their luck, they're like, oh, can I have these scraps since you're throwing it away? Line in my head from this movie is like, get out of here, this ain't no soup kitchen. Like, I don't know why. Like, that's one of those other lines where I use, I'm like, get out of here, this ain't no soup kitchen. I'm like, no, you
Right.
can't have that. You can obviously afford, you're like, fuck you.
No, you're just being cheap.
Wait, we're on no soup kitchen here?
Like there's being cheap and then there's being frugal.
Yeah. And you're just being a piece of shit trying to get free food. You're throwing it away anyway. I'm like, well, then you can go back and get it out of the compost dumpster if you want. I know you're gonna anyway. You fucking drive a Lexus. Shut the fuck up, dude.
Oh my god. Yeah, but all my money goes to that.
Yeah, I can't afford groceries even though my basket is full of all this fucking shit from Whole Foods. Oh, I can't believe it's so expensive. I can because it's fucking Whole Foods, idiot. Everyone knows they're expensive. That's like going to like Erewhon and going, oh, why are they so expensive? Because it's stupid shit, dude. Like, it's better quality or whatever. Like, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah, like you straight up, you know what store you're walking into, don't
Yeah.
don't.
Wait, this stuff at Whole Foods is so expensive? Since when? Since always, idiot. Goddamn. Any natural grocery place is fucking expensive. Like, if
Oh
you
my
want
god.
cheap, go to King Supers, go to Walmart, go Safeway. I do like how Kid Rock's in this movie. That's like a perfect casting for him because he's like
Yes.
such like
Yes.
a fucking sleazy dude, and he just like they didn't have to try hard with him, which was so great. And I'm
No.
glad that he was like in it and was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" Like,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
perfect. I love
Robbie,
that. She wants my
baby,
body.
yeah, Brandy, so fine. That was one of my favorite lines too. It's like Robbie comes up, he's like, "Did I get you, Joe?" I was like, "No, man, I'm cool." He's like, "No, you're
No, you're
not."
not.
No, you're not. Yeah. Baby, just ain't saying nothing yet.
Like
Always listen to that fucking song.
he plays a really good bully. Like
Yeah.
it worked out for him.
Yeah. And how he can't read is one of my other.
I know.
Dear Robbie, if Joe comes by, don't tell him I found his parents. Signed Brandy XOXO. Like, I don't know, it's like one of those other small bits where it's like
I know.
just hilarious
No
that he
one
can't
wants you
read.
around, dirt.
Dirt. Dirt. I will say, still to this day, saddest part of the movie is when Joe Don Baker takes Charlie hunting and he gets his foot stuck in the railroad tracks and then kills Charlie. Worst
Yeah.
part of the movie. Any part of a movie where an animal dies, no. I do like, it's funny, like, I mean, it's a movie, how quickly, like, they cut off his leg, he's out of surgery, walking on one leg, they just, like, drop him off in a car, like, cop car,
Yeah,
like,
and
that day.
like take his gun with him too.
He's
You
just
know,
like, fine, just like, no, cut my leg, like, cut my leg off, and it's just like, oh, man. And a cool bit of foreshadowing detail watching Charlie go hump the other dog, because
Yeah.
later on in the movie, it turns out he had a sexual
Charlie
encounter.
too.
Yeah.
I when she said that, I was like, why did she have to say it like that?
Charlie too.
Well, no, she said has the sexual encounter.
Sexual encounter with this one because I
Like-
guess they couldn't say like bang or something. I don't know.
It just seems like,
Apparently, he had a sexual encounter with this one's mother.
oh,
Thanks for putting it that way.
it's
Kinda
like
weird.
it just seemed like an out of place line. I was just like,
Yeah.
okay,
All right.
they're just trying to wrap up the movie real
Thanks.
quick. They
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, we gotta end it.
Mm-hmm.
When he's handing out teeth at when he's handing out flyers at Molar World, that bit with him and that lady when she's like selling the car. She's like, cause my husband, he died. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. It's like, I'm not. I killed him. He's hit
I
me.
like the
Threw him in a wood chipper, or like killed
Told
him.
the
threw him in a
cops
wood
he
chipper.
fell.
Good for you. It's like that.
He used
I
to
don't know
beat me.
why. That went like I missed that part younger watching that movie like part all the time. Like for some reason like that never registered, but watching that recently I was like, oh fuck, I forgot about that. Like, don't be. I killed him. Just, it's whatever you have in your pocket. Well, sell in the car. I feel bad though because like he puts Charlie's ashes on the rearview
yeah.
mirror and then gets in the air balloon. So like, are his ashes still in the car when it's like in the pound, like impound? Like they never show
I
it
think-
again. A small detail that I care about because it's Charlie's ashes.
Yeah, and he was
But,
taking him with him.
You got duct tape and a skull sticker on it. Like,
Yeah.
And for some reason, there's a fucking air balloon for Molar World. Put some bricks in it. Okay.
Like, I wouldn't have gotten into that thing if it was starting to rip off of there. I'd be like, screw
Yeah.
that thing. I'm like, sorry, dude. I tried to put bricks in it.
Floating away. It's like great. In the airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're mooning them. That's not
Like, I was
professional.
thinking, like, could he even breathe up there that high?
That's pretty high up, dude. You
Yeah.
don't think about the science behind it,
Yeah, but now that
No
I'm older,
oxygen,
I did.
super freezing up there. Just
Yeah. Like younger me did, and I was like,
Yeah.
he's
He's up in the
that
air.
guy's showing him his butt.
and I'm just like, man, he would freeze to death up
Yeah,
there.
like, how is he
let alone
breathing?
The air quality, just no oxygen.
Yeah.
When he gets the job at the oil rig, another line I love to use: I'm new, I don't know what to do. Anytime I'm trying something new and I'm struggling with it, I'm fucking it up. I'm just like, I'm new. I don't know what to do. You done with that apple core?
Nope, done with that fart. You can have that.
Yeah.
Just to get up my butt fight for
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah. I'll give you a fight.
Oh my god, that's one of those lines that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Put your head on my butt and fight for air. I'd fight, but I gotta get back to work. So here you go, Joe. You're fired. Here's your week's pay. Luckily, my neck broke my fall.
You may have won the battle, but I won the war.
Never pee next to a fire when you're covered in oil. Just like how the guy's like on fire and Joe's just like walking away casually. Keep that skull, baby.
It still makes me laugh the way it travels up the peace stream.
I'm pretty sure that's the dude that played I think that's the dude that played Sabretooth in the X-Men movie. First one.
I was gonna say he looks familiar.
I think Tyler Har or whatever his fucking name is. Scream for me.
Oh yeah.
X-Men. X-Man. With,
X-Man.
X-Man and all the characters from X-Men.
Yeah. Like the Wolverine and
Laser Eyes.
yeah.
Captain Metalhead. You got bald wheelchair guy.
Yeah, and the Weather Woman.
Weather Woman. And a Frogman.
Yeah. What was a good movie?
Because you know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning? Same thing that happens to everything else.
Yeah.
And she
It's
never
true.
answers. What happens?
Yeah.
Do they die? Do they
And he
fly
just goes
back into the
flying
water?
off into
You
the
know?
water. I guess that's
Let's
what
find
happens.
out. Let's find out. Let's go get struck by lightning. Answer's right there. We'll get back to you, Storm.
Yeah. Weather Woman.
Joe's talking about how he was like sleeping in that circus tent. And it's just that fumigating house.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why when he's like high, it was like that. I got my popcorn. And he's got like the lipstick, he's got like the dust buster between his legs and shit. Got my popcorn.
Oh.
I got the police sketches, but I was so like my memory. My father came out looking like Father Time, and my mom came out looking too Bush, kind of looked like Richie Ramirez, the Night Stalker. And I guess he
love
has the
that.
pentagram on his head.
Yeah.
Like, why did you describe them that
Seriously.
way? It's so fucking good, though.
So is that the part? Is that then he goes to? Is that when he goes to Buffalo Bob's?
No, that's when
Or
he
is it-
goes to. Sorry, I have it written down. No, so that's when he goes to find the Indian tracker. That's when he gets
Oh,
the
yeah,
kick and
okay.
wing. And so I had to write this down. I used to know it. I don't anymore. Quick little bit of trivia to anybody who cares. We had a punk band in high school. The first version was the Screaming Mimes, which that name came from this movie because it was one of the fireworks that he names. We found out there's another Screaming Mimes. We became the Hand-Me-Downs. Found there's another Hand-Me-Downs. We said, fuck it, we're the Hand-Me-Downs.
Yep.
But the list of fireworks, I had to write it down. And I'm going to say them because they're fucking great. It's like Black Cats, Roman Candles, or Screaming Mimes, Ladyfingers, Buzz Bottles, Snicker Bombs, Church Burners, Finger Blasters, Gut Busters, Zippity Doodahs, or Crap Flappers. You're going to stand here owning a fireworks stand and tell me you have no whistling bungholes, spleen splitters, whisker biscuit, honky lighters, Husker do's, Husker don'ts, cherry bombs, Nipsey daisers, with or without the scooter stick, or one single whistling kitty chaser. Like, that list of fireworks is so fucking beautiful. Like, I don't know if some of those are real, if they made them up. If they did, brilliant fucking
I love
names.
the with or without the scooter stick.
Yeah. And the Husker do's or Husker don'ts is always great. Like, every time I like see Husker do the band, I always go, or Husker don't. Like, it's fucking great. Like, it's such a like and it goes for a long time, and that's why that scene's so beautiful. Is like just because it's like how many fireworks they could have just done, like a few, you know, but like they just like kept going, and I'm like, thank you so much. Like, that is brilliant. Because snakes and sparklers are the only ones I like. Well, there's your problem, man. It's not about you. It's about the
The
consumer.
consumer.
Put a M80 in a fire or a mailbox or shove them up a bullfrog's ass. I would never do that because I'm gonna be a veterinarian. Well, there you go. Someone shoves an M80 up a frog's ass. You'll
Come to
fix
you
it.
to put them back together.
You win 2 times, brother. And just like when they're watching the snakes, like, oh wow, so cool, what's out? It's like, man, there's a snail back there. It says it's fast, and there's like, there's a snail in the desert. Yeah, the aliens dropped him off. Man, don't worry about it.
The snail can talk. Yeah, because the aliens that gave him a little voice box.
I don't know why it's so great. Like, don't worry about that detail. And then he still does. Like, yeah, because
I
they
know.
gave him a little. Like, it's so fucking beautiful.
Oh my god.
I think that's like one of my favorite scenes in the movie. That section is like him and,
Yeah.
and Kick and Wing and that whole thing.
Yeah,
Shooting
because
it.
like even the ending, like the whole thing of like their interaction is great, and then they
Yeah.
find the Roman candles.
And then yeah, they shoot it in lighter fluid, and then they're gonna shoot it in gasoline, but he trips on the piece of metal on the ground. And it's like the atom bomb.
And
It's an
then
atom
he-
bomb. I got an idea, and then they're like driving the car. But I like the dream though when he
Yeah.
like disappears in like the ash, like this like
His mouth
smile
stays
still in there.
I like how his initial thought to finding a atom bomb is to put it in the gasoline and shoot
Yeah.
at it with
We could take it
Roman
in
candles.
town. Yeah, we can do that, but let's do something first. And it's like, yeah, put it in the gasoline. We're gonna get so busted.
Look at that shit.
Yeah. Which I always hated watching this movie when it was like on TV. It's like, look at that, and they would like cut it. You
Yeah.
know, like there's so much like.
It
I don't
needs
mean to
its,
sound like this guy, but younger kids, they just won't understand. There was times when they would replace words or take them out, but now you can just say shit on TV all you want.
Yeah, I had to explain that to a younger coworker. Yeah, I was like, yeah, you didn't like. I remember when you couldn't say shit on TV, and I remember when what was the first one that was like a newer one?
I think it was like NYPD Blue. Like there was that whole episode of South Park where it was like cop drama, and South Park did that where they said shit like 190 times or something like that, just talking about how everyone's like, oh, you can say shit on TV, like. But I think it was like NYPD Blue or something was like the first one to do that. That's why they're making fun of like cop drama. It's like, oh, you got some shit on your face. Oh, thanks. Like, wow.
Yeah, I just remember all of a sudden like that was like
I think the
okay to
biggest
say.
one. I think the biggest one I remember was like Always Sunny.
Yeah,
Because like with FX, like I remember they were starting to say shit, and I was like, whoa.
yeah.
And then like South Park could, and then when Conan moved to TBS, he was able to like say shit and stuff like that. I'm like, man, that's hardcore. Like I felt like those people in that South Park episode. I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa. Even though I say this in the real world all the time, seeing it on TV on basic cable, I'm like, whoa, shit.
He's
Okay, they're shooting shit in the desert, and like I don't know why I thought, I'm like, that is a huge fire hazard. That is a fucking dry
Right.
brush desert, and,
and there's like cactus
gasoline,
and shit like right next
yeah.
to it. And I didn't think about that at all as a younger kid. I thought, yeah, blow shit up in the desert. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
And it's like, they're gonna start a wildfire. That's gonna get out of control.
Stuff you
So
think
yeah,
about
they have
as an adult.
the biohazard sticker. So they go down to the bus station to get all the info of all the people who were on the bus for the Grand Canyon that day. And the way he says, still love it. One hit with this ball peen hammer. This town and maybe half of the United States or whatever. I'm serious. I'll do it.
I love that. I gotta find the like pictures or the records of people going there.
Yeah.
Like in the meantime,
You.
show me them boobies.
Boobies.
I love the yeah. Like,
Even you like to look at those. Man, what's that supposed to mean?
starting to doubt your hetero street cred.
Yeah. They had the atom bomb. Well, it turns out it ain't no bomb. The cops knew that right away. Some kids put a biohazard ban sticker on the side of a septic tank. Cops knew what it was. oh, just want a crapper. It's like a septate from a crapper. I don't know why he has to hit it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, how much is in there?
I love that. Is it
Kick
done?
away. Help me. I got the poo on me. I had to write it down. There was a good line when it's like the next morning. But you find out he's living in the boiler room. So sad. I got a picture of Brandy and Charlie and stuff. I'm like, man, poor fucking guy.
I know.
But like, why was he late to work? Where was he before that? With shirtless, driving his car.
I know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Well, he seems to go on like he'll just be on random adventures. Like he just finds himself in like strange situations.
The Joe Dirt adventures.
Yeah.
But the next morning, and he's like, oh, I gotta say, looks great in here. Floors look great. Toilet bowls are clean. He's like, hey, did you use the one with the scrubbing bubbles?
They clean the
scrub
bowls.
the toilet, you don't have to. No, I didn't. Just that fucking brilliant joke. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Like, I don't know why. The hitchhiking, and he's got the sign "Won't kill you."
Yeah.
Like, that's when he runs into Buffalo Bob, right? No, that's the carnival.
No. Is it after the carnival? Yeah, it's after the carnival because he gets the car.
Yeah, so he's working at the carnival where he meets that girl, which you think he thinks is his sister. And I love like he's talking to her being all badass, and that guy's like throwing quarters, like, good job, sir. And he's got the Pam. He's like, oh, God forbid you don't win after throwing a couple of quarters, sir. He's like, yeah, walk away, you hard ass. It's like fucking old guy.
I love that. Yeah, I'm free like a bird. More like a hard ass pterodactyl.
Is that when she does like that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, a hammy. And then
they picked a good actor for that too.
Yeah, like all the people in this are fucking they're all fucking great. But that part when he's like, "Hey man, who's this? Your girlfriend?" He's like, "You should see my girlfriend. You shit yourself." It's like this little kid.
I know.
How about this? I'll give you a free ride. Well, I'll talk to your lady friend here. Yes. And just like when they go on the date. Oh well, okay. So like, I don't know why the UNICEF joke is funny to me too. It's like, this ain't UNICEF, sir. Like. And then when he goes to the impound and Kevin Nealon, which is like the gross fucking team.
Yeah.
He's like, this ain't a charity. I mean, maybe UNICEF will get into the, you know, the
pound.
Yeah, I just like how Joe looks at him too. Like,
yeah.
But thanks for taking me to the carnival. Even though I was just here earlier today, like for the date.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then, like, when he's taking her home...
Man, she's your sister.
She's, like, one of the hottest girls in the world. You just said your sister's hot.
What the hell is wrong with you? I gotta tell her why I freaked out and ran away.
I gotta treat her like a sister.
Fucking audience. It turns out she's not, man. Oh, God. Good. That's got weird.
No.
Yeah.
I love that. We can have sex again.
Yeah. What's wrong? You want me to go back to me thinking I was your sister? What? Like I'm some freaky perv? I'm your sister.
No, just threw that laugh in there for laughs.
Yeah. Because that's when he finds, for Buffalo Bob. Oh, because he's going around getting names or whatever, and that's when he runs into Buffalo Bob, which, like, playing Buffalo Bill, folks. Yeah. I don't know if you got it.
Yeah.
But it's the fucking bounty hunter dude from X-Files, the alien bounty hunter, or Shao Kahn, if you like Mortal Kombat Annihilation, whatever your preference.
Yeah.
Or I think he was in Cobra. We're not going to name movies this weird fucking guy's been in, but I just know him. He's all like nice and everything. I was like, what'd you say your name was? When he's like, Buffalo Bob. That's a weird name, but hey, people say Joe Dirt's a weird name, and look how cool I am. He's in the car talking to himself. I'm badass. Joe Dirt.
What'd you say?
Puts the lotion on. All right, man. Putting the lotion on my skin.
I'm rubbing it in.
Yeah. The thing that you do with the dog, man, just between me and you, little fruity. When he's getting saved and there's like the cops there, so I was like, hello? He's like, it puts the Joe Dirt in the hole. And then when he's outside and he's looking for the picture, like, yeah, man, he was going to wear your skin like a Joe Dirt trench coat. Oh, man, that's gross. Hey, check it out, man. Yeah, man, that's gross. Check out, these are from the
And
Grand
like
Canyon.
he does it twice because the
Yeah,
guy like
exactly.
says something else and he's like, "Oh, really?"
Yeah. Oh, this is my parents. Like, it's like the way he brushes that off, like
I know.
such a good comedic thing. It's so fucking beautiful. Oh yeah,
And
man,
then
that's gross. Check this out.
just gonna walk around the house with his wiener tucked back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man, that's weird. That's messed up. Oh hey. So that's when he finds goes to Louisiana
No,
and
no, that's
works,
not.
and he works with because he sees the license plates as Louisiana.
Oh, that's right.
So he goes down there and his base of operations is working as a janitor
Oh yeah.
with fucking Christopher Walken, which like you sound like you're not from here, you're like from New York or something. Yeah, no, born and raised here. Not here, Kansas. You're right. Yeah, she died. She was shot 6 times in New York. I mean Kansas. It's just so
It's just the way
fucking-
he delivers those lines. It's
Yeah. Shot 6 times, New York. I mean Kansas.
I mean,
like he doesn't even, he's
It's-
like not even trying.
I know it's like super effortless, but I think that's what makes it so funny. Like,
He's just one of those. There's like those celebrities that there will never be, and there's never been anyone like them.
yeah,
Christopher Walken's one of them. It's like nobody talks like him. Nobody's gonna be like. It's like Jeff Goldblum. Nobody
Yeah.
really like talks or acts like Jeff Goldblum. He's just his own eccentric self. So like that's what I love about Christopher Walken. He has like that weird speech pattern.
yeah.
He's just this fucking weird, goofy guy. Knows how to dance and like loves to dance. He's got the look at whoa. What'd you say?
Let me
Talk
throw
to me all
them
wrong.
up.
Yeah. Yeah. Say me like that again. I'll
It's,
stab you in the face with a
sarong
soldering iron. Yeah. Stab you in the face with a soldering iron. Does your mother sew? Bam!
Tell
Get
her
her
to
to
sew
sew
that.
Yeah. When Joe's in when the teacher's like, Clam, some kid puked in the cafeteria. He goes, I'm on it. He says that.
Oh, I've had
And
Joe's like sitting there like laughing.
Yeah,
That's you,
you're
kid.
up, man. When the kid throws the hot dog and it hits him right in the fucking dick, dude. Like, what a good shot.
I
Just
know.
Like I don't know if they
love
were
that.
trying for that.
I don't know,
But-
but it's great. Just a hot
Yeah.
dog comes flying. Good thing it's not hot chili day.
I'm gonna use a bit of the reverse psychology. It's fine. I love hot dogs being thrown at me, and it's like a bunch of fucking shit. It's not hot chili day. Ah! If my calculations are correct, this should make ice. Oh no, poison mustard gas. When he like is dragging the kids out and Joe comes like, "What's the matter, Clem? Did you kick their asses?" Like, like laying on the ground.
Yeah.
We saved this. Not me, Joe Dirt. Joe Dirt. Joe Dirt. Ugh. He gets on TV and he shows like Clem. So I was like, "This is the real hero, man." Clem. He's like, "Oh no."
You shoot him high, I'll shoot him low.
Yeah. I'll
Or no, you shoot him high.
yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
shoot
shoot
him
him.
right in the fucking head or whatever. And the other Farley brother, the first Farley brother was the gate attendant at the radio station.
Oh,
That was a Chris
like
Farley
I knew
brother.
I knew the other one.
Yeah, the cop that comes
Yeah.
up to him. He's
Yeah.
another Farley brother. So there's 2 Farley brothers in this movie, which is cool. But yeah,
Like all I
We'll
could
try
think
to
of when I
church
saw
it
that
up some.
second one was like I could just
That's Chris
imagine
Farley.
actually Chris Farley in this
Yeah.
this role.
that makes me wonder. Like, it's horribly fucking tragic. Love Chris Farley, but it makes me wonder like, what roles in these movies would he have had? Because like he was in all like in Dirty Work, he was I forgot his name, but he was in the bar and he had the tip
Yeah,
of his nose
yeah.
bit off by like that Saigon prostitute or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, what would he have been in this? Like, would he have been that cop, or would have he been like Buffalo Bob or something?
Oh my
Like,
god! Like it sucks because
or would he like it's hard to say who he would have been. Like, or would he have just been a throwaway actor? You know, like it was.
I don't think so. I think he probably would have just popped up in like a bunch
Yeah.
of stuff like that. But I don't know. I mean,
Maybe he would have been Cajun Man, one from like Waterboy. You know.
oh yeah,
Oh man, had a boy hair like you. You're out of date, boy.
yeah.
God damn, you had a date, boy. That's the way he says it.
When
Like,
he's
would that have
walking
been
away,
Chris?
goddamn,
Like,
boy.
yeah, everybody know that. God damn.
Goddamn, boy. But I like that guy in that,
Yeah.
and like, I don't know. I mean, like, but I mean, wasn't it that Chris, like, we're gonna step outside a little
Let's step
bit.
outside,
But
Joe
wasn't
Dirt.
it
Let's
that
go.
Chris Farley was supposed to be Shrek?
Yeah, so the whole, from what I understand, see the whole movie or like a lot of the movie, you can look it up. The audio recording of him is done. And so like, and it's weird to see because like maybe it's just because we know Shrek as Scottish and as Mike Myers, but like I've seen clips of it, and it's weird because it's like the original design of Shrek too. Like they just have it drawn out, and he looked a lot different. And it's just so weird because it's just Chris Farley, and you're like, oh, weird. And like it would have been okay, you know, but I know it as Mike Myers and Scottish, so like I don't know if it's when he died or if they just didn't like it. But yeah, when they got Mike Myers to do it, he's like, fuck it, I'll make it Scottish. Because I think he tried to do the same. He's just being himself or something. And he said it wasn't working, so then he did the Scottish accent, and Shrek
Yeah,
was
I mean,
born.
like, who knows? Who knows? Maybe it wouldn't
Yeah.
have been as big, you know?
Yeah, like maybe the making it Scottish was the thing. They're wheeling Clem out, and he's like, no, man, he's dead. And he's like, he shot them all too, you know, really bloody mess. Like, can I just talk to him for a minute? And it's like, so man, sorry, man. It's like, maybe you'll meet your wife as you remember, you know, beautiful blonde hair, big doe eyes, huge pert rack. What?
I know.
Clem's under there. He's got his like cigarettes and his lighter. He's like pretending
Yeah.
to be dead. Like, go to that place.
I like
It's a
how
Rambler wagon. It was a rare car.
I like how like him being alive is like a boner. Like
Yeah, exactly. Like, and it's making that sound too. Like,
yeah, I know. Like it's
comedic
like
sound,
yeah, like it's made of
like,
wood.
door creaking open,
Yeah.
like, which is product of its time, but it helps convey the message to the audience of what it is. You know,
Yeah, it's wood.
it's wood. I love that.
Oh,
It's just
boy.
a funny gag of showing that Clem's alive. You know, it's like watch the hair, and he puts it back
Yeah.
over him. And I don't know why that thing in the background is like, where's that dead guy? Like the fucking like EMTs or something. Where's that dead guy? Oh, watch the hair.
Oh
The
yeah.
Rambler wagon. That's a rare car.
Oh yeah, and then he goes to the car dealership.
Yeah, I heard he shoved a road flare up your bunghole. Hoorah!
I like how I like how he shows him that picture and he looks at it, don't recognize him.
Yeah,
Or no, he he shows everybody and
yeah.
they
and it's
look
just
at
their
it for
asses,
a while.
Yeah. They're like, yeah. When he shows to Clem, he's like, never seen him. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like them bent over from behind.
And it's like what I think is so funny about that joke is the way that people actually look at it, like it's their faces.
Yeah,
Like, because they'll sit there because like in the scene, it's not like they just go, whoop, and they're like, yeah, I don't
know.
recognize.
Yeah. So it's like it's either like they're just like going along with it to help Joe, or it's like a genuine like, oh no, I don't recognize him. But like either way, it's fucking
It's funny.
it's great, you know? Like it's fucking brilliant. I just love that bit, you know, like I don't know. Working at the alligator farm.
That's
Yeah.
next.
And that cigarette ash, dude, how it's
I
like
know.
this fucking long, and like even when he gets thrown out the alligator, it's still on
there. And we talked about it already, but when he gets thrown out of the alligator, that little spin.
This mofo knows not to mess with Sir Joseph Dirt. There's 3 rules with an alligator. Rule number 1, I'm number 1. Rule number 2, the alligator's number 2. Okay, now let's go. What's rule 3?
I see you don't know. I love that. Your face and my ass. My face and your ass, what?
Yeah. Your face in your ass, or your ass in my face. What's up? It's the same thing. Like I love that. My
That
face in your
kid.
ass. I mean, your face in my ass. What's up?
Your ass in my face.
Yeah. Like that's what I love about Joe is like he's and like you know they say it in the movie he's such like a fucking positive guy all the time.
Yeah.
He's not tough and he's really bad at like insulting and being
Yeah.
tough. But that's like the fucking charm of him. That's what I love about Joe. And that's when he gets the Nunna Maker.
Yeah.
No, I'm seeing it's like Looney Tunes. I'm seeing all tweet. Joe, you're not making any sense.
I'm making.
Nunna Maker. That's why Joe Dad named you Joe Dirt instead of Nunna Maker.
Is that
I do
when
like
he
how
goes
that
to
was-
the house?
Yeah, because he finds out, and then it's like condemned, and that's when he meets Cajun Man.
I like how he falls on that
Iowa.
swing too.
Yeah, I
Just
didn't
like
move because I
slam.
felt like the fall had broken my ass, so I didn't move for a while. And like, what a heartwarming thing, when he was like talking about earlier in the movie that looking up at the same moon is like his parents looking up at it, and he's like
Hmm.
had that thought suddenly of like looking up at the moon. Brandy's looking up at it,
And
and just like that whole thing in the movie where he's like, "No, she's too hot for me,"
yeah,
and it's like, yeah, like never once like got in his skull. Like that's what's beautiful and innocent about Sir Joseph Dirt.
yeah.
The way Joe runs too, I don't know why. Because when he like runs up to the house, then after he goes back and like Robbie is yelling at him, he runs away. The way he like runs away too. Def Leppard sucks.
get you a Whamburger and some French fries.
French fries and a wine can.
Why? I'm just like, seriously, dude.
Ain't nobody wants you round, Dirt. I stopped taking notes for a while after that.
Yeah.
I mostly just took notes of like all the lines that I thought was funny.
Yeah, just
bits I
the
wanted to
things that
talk
I
about.
thought were funny, but like there's so
Yeah.
much like just random stuff that happens in this. I was just like, I gotta
Yeah.
take this all in.
What's great too, it's like such a feel good movie.
Yeah.
Like that's what we all love. You can watch cool, depressing movie or those dumb fucking movies about nothing and you're like, I don't care anything about these characters. But at the end of the day, this is the kind of movie we want. We're like, fuck yeah, feel good. Everybody loves
Yeah.
Joe. He's got a great fucking life thing, life's a garden, dig it. Like
Yeah.
blows up on the news, like when he's out front and there's all the news, when he does like the rock and roll sign and he's just
Yeah.
like turning it to the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I love that. Just the,
I like how like there's a dude in the crowd that like has shaving cream on his face, and I was
yeah.
like, so like what, in mid shave while you were listening to him on the
Well, there's
radio, you decided to
also
like run outside.
there's also that couple that like left their wedding. There's like a bride and
Yeah.
groom. They're there to see Joe too. Like it's so fucking great. Like
Like I
over the
love the
top.
yeah, it's like that weird like somewhat slapstick comedy, like where
Yeah.
it's stupid, but like
Yeah.
it's supposed to be, and that's what makes it funny.
Yeah.
I think that's what like kind of bums me out about the like reviews on this is because it's like it's very obviously supposed to be dumb. Like
Yeah, like it's a dumb humor movie that's like I don't know. It's written by SNL dudes, so like it's supposed to be
seriously.
a silly. It's about a guy who has a fucking wig, like stuck in his skull and has
Yeah.
never cut it.
His name
And
is
he's just
Joe Dirt, for Christ's
so like,
sake.
what are
Like
you expecting in this movie? Are you expecting
comedy
some
gold, like
fucking Oscar movie? Like it was just a fun fucking movie. Like oh, this is just this comedy.
you
is
like
funny.
Joe
Get the fuck
Dirt.
out. Ugh.
And so he's
And then
so after that.
he goes on TRL,
Oh yeah,
which
he's
is
just
fucking
standing by
once
the
again
window.
product of its time, folks.
Yeah.
TRL. If you don't know what Total Request Live was, that part when he's like, "So what about Brandy? You ever hook up with her?" He's like, "No, man, she was way too hot." I mean, yeah, I agree, and so does 60% of America. They have that thing.
Yeah.
2% even think that the dog's too hot for you. No, we're just joking. What, man? It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, we totally agree, and so does 60% of America. Oh man.
And that's when his parents call in.
Yeah, the real parents. Yeah, I'm looking
We're
at his
not
daddy right
dead.
now. Fred Ward from Tremors. Is that Fred Ward? Is that his name?
Was it?
No, I'm thinking. Fred Ward's the comedian, right?
I'd have
Yeah.
to look.
It's
Again, you're
something
better at
Ward.
names than I am.
Yeah, it's
But
Fred
I-
Ward. Okay, Fred
I
Ward.
was gonna say, but
from
I did look up the
Tremors.
cast because like I was like, God, what are these people's names? And then I still forgot because I'm bad with names.
So he meets his parents. They're pieces of shit. They live in Simi Valley, which like.
I don't know much about.
See, the joke out here, and I don't know why, is the common thing of like, oh, you're from the valley, or oh, you live in the valley, which the valley is large. There's a lot of shit in the valley. But like all the cool shit from movies is in the valley. Like the fucking Galleria is in the valley, dude, from like the fucking malls and shit. So like
Yeah,
there's
like-
always that like the better people of like, oh, I live in like, Beverly Grove. You live in the valley. I live in Santa Monica, but like Simi Valley's in the valley, but like it's not trashy. Simi Valley's nice. You want to know what part of the valley is trashy? Sorry for anybody who lives in Van Nuys, but Van Nuys is a piece of shit. And if you live in Van Nuys, you probably know. That's a little bit of California geography for you people. If you ever come out, don't go to Van Nuys. There's other parts of the valley that are nice. Nothing wrong with living in the valley. But yeah, they're in Simi Valley. She's got the fucking clowns. I do like when she's crying and she stops and she looks over the camera like, oh,
I like how they're telling him to get out of the way, like so they can see the clowns.
Blocking the camera. I just can't, when I felt so sad, I just look at a clown and feel much better. They're for sale, too. I mean, I don't mean to interrupt your clown pitch there, but, like, why wouldn't you just look at the place you left me?
Yeah, why wouldn't you just go back? How long did you know it was in the car? And then, like, that scene is, like, also sad. Because I'm like, like, you think about it and you're like, you just, like, drove away and just...
Yeah. He's 8 years old.
Yeah. Like, how do you not notice, like, a second child just not there?
Oh, hell, we dropped him. We left him there. And it's like, dude.
Like, fuck you.
Like, I didn't think that part of the movie would hit me and touch me so hard. That sounded gross. I didn't think that part of the movie would emotionally affect me that hard. It's weird, though, because, like, it's just Joe Dirt, and I'm like, man, that's fucking sad. Fuck you guys, man. You dropped off an 8-year-old. Like... It's like sad.
And being like, I know as an 8-year-old, I would have been so fucking scared, like being alone like that, like.
Which is like a cool testament of how cool Joe Dirt was. He fucking survived for like 15, 25 years or whatever.
Alone, and a bunch of people just like were dicks to him the whole time, mostly.
All of his foster parents. I forgot about that part.
Oh yeah.
The hunting guy's like, see, boy, I shoot the duck and he goes and fetches it. And he's talking to the dog and like, comes out of the water and he's got the fucking like...
And then the weird like old lady with the like...
You are to be scrubbed before dinner.
Have your homework laid out for my inspection. I love that. Can I push him off? He'll stop humping as soon as he's done. Like that'd be lame.
Where was another foster parent, wasn't it?
Well, he was in the like boys' home that he like ran away from.
Oh, the one with the cows, too. It's like, I found out cows do not find bottle rockets as fun as I do.
And that one, like, farts in his face.
Yeah. He finds out his parents are shitty. I like how we go back to linear. We said we weren't gonna, fuck it. But when he's, like, on the bridge, gonna jump, which is a great shot of the LA River, and, like, the noise he makes when he comes back up and hits the...
Any time he gets like thrown or hits something or gets hit, he makes like he like squeaks.
Yeah.
And David Spade is good at making like
noises.
Yeah, like getting hurt noises.
Yeah. David doesn't get enough love.
No, he doesn't. Also, why did that guy like lasso him with a bungee cord?
I think
I got him with the bungee cord.
I like how he just say it out loud too. Like,
yeah.
I think just to have that moment of he gets knocked out.
So we know that's why he bounces back up.
Mm-hmm.
Just so y'all know, I'm using a bungee cord.
And like how like when he's falling, it's like on his ankles, like professional bungee guy. Like it's just, it's a silly detail. Who gives a shit? Like I like when she's like, they're holding her back from the crowd. She's like, Joe, it's me, Brandy. Like, Brandy? Like, the Brandy? Why did you say so? And they're like, all like...
Yeah, but couldn't anybody be like the Brandy? Like, if they were just like, I'm Brandy.
Oh, the Brandy? Come on.
Yeah.
What did... Oh, the Desert Rose of the trailer park that he called her? Yeah, it was Brandy, the Desert Rose of the trailer park. I just love, like, I know it's the point of the movie, and it's, like, a great thing, but I just fucking love how... everyone falls in love with Joe. Like how it starts with like Dennis Miller just like laying into this guy and then like being on his side of like calling Brandy and of like, why the fuck did you like lie to Joe? Like that's pretty fucked up. I'm like, this is just like it's a good feel good funny fucking movie. And I don't know why I just love like how like they all like got so sad when he finds out his parents are dead or whatever and like it's just
like
cool.
when like toward the end of him telling his story, everyone's just sitting there like, oh. Yeah,
like
it's
it
like
starts
sad.
like It's just cool. Like that's I know it's the point of the movie. It's like the thing, but like how Joe Dirt's like a goofy, silly looking guy that like bad shit is constantly happening to him, but he's like always happy and
Yeah.
like always makes friends. Like Kicking Wing was his first friend. He like hugs him. Like just want to let you know that
I love
that
that
was
hug.
totally asexual. I love you, Joe Dirt.
Like the other dude just looking at him like
Yeah,
that hug though is great though. It's just
it keeps going.
yeah. Just
You can change your name to Kicking Ass. I would. Give him a so he wakes up. It's like a Wizard of Oz thing. Like I had a
Yeah.
dream and you were there, and you were there. It's like Clem's in his like fucking overalls. No,
Yeah.
it's Gert B. Frobe. Like fucking name.
Jesus.
Gert asked me to marry Gert B. Frobe over here asked me to marry. And I'm glad that alligator didn't bite my ring off because he asked me to marry. He's like missing
Yeah.
two fingers. And like Kicking Wings like all cool looking nice. He got like that dope shirt on.
Yeah. Short hair.
Yeah. Oh, the largest fireworks stands that help fund my animal shelters.
Which is pretty cool too.
Yeah.
And like all the people that like he like did end up getting involved with, like
Yeah,
you know,
all
that
the
were
fe- all
cool
the-
to him, like
Yeah,
ended
like
up
all the
like
people-
doing well in the end.
Yeah, like he reached out to and like became friends and family at the end of like yeah, they're all like successful, happy together, like because they adopted the Joe Dirt lifestyle. Can't have no in your heart. Got to keep on keeping on. Life's
Yeah.
a garden, dig it. You know.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool. It's beautiful. It's fun.
Yeah.
And
And
one
also he
last-
gets some silly hair.
Yeah,
It's
fucking
like some
like
like dreads or whatever. Like
Yeah,
the weird
like
like dread braids or whatever
top
it is.
knot thing. Damn,
Yeah.
that's cool. You're talking my guy all wrong. It's the wrong tone. What are you, his dad? So what if I am? It's like they'll stab you in the face with a soldering iron.
And I'm like thinking, and then they take off in the Hemi.
Mm-hmm.
Like a bunch of rocks break. What's his
Robbie's
name? Yeah.
windshield. Yeah.
And I'm thinking, like, would it toss up that many rocks? I'm like,
I don't
maybe,
know.
because that thing is, I guess, it is a Hemi, and I think it is a lot faster than that.
Oh yeah. It's
got a bigger engine.
Yeah. I
And
do
then-
remember my. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You first.
I was gonna say I do remember my dad appreciating this movie just because it was all like Mopar cars and shit. So
The Roadrunner is pretty sick.
yeah.
I was
Even
bummed
though it's
out
like
when the
yeah.
spoiler gets ripped off.
Yeah. I thought you said you had a Hemi. Oh, dude, it's just having a gas foot pedal installed. But I stole this baby.
Oh, my outlaw.
Yeah.
And then they're driving down the road and they're lighting fireworks off in the car, which is so safe, especially that bigger one.
Fucking
And I like how it's just
giant,
like,
yeah,
oh,
Yeah, it's nothing. Just holding it in his lap by the stick, you know, and
Yeah.
it's just like, it's nothing. Big ass fireworks, broad daylight, you know, you can definitely.
And I would have been, if I was Joe at that point, I'm like, do not light that in my car.
Yep.
Like, look how long it took me to get it back.
And then, yeah,
But
he
they
gets,
did pay to get it back.
Yeah. And then, yeah, he's on the radio for some reason. They're listening to California radio in wherever he's at, Idaho.
Silvertown, wherever that is. Yeah.
Yeah, Idaho or Iowa or whatever. Beautiful ending. This one's for you,
Yeah.
Joe. And it's like, yeah, fuck yeah. Let's attempt this. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is the attempt at the plug. If you are enjoying what you're looking at and you would like to look at other things that are just as cool, if not cooler than us, other nerdy things, Dane, tell them where they go.
Excuse me. You're going to head on over to projectnerd.com. That's project-nerd.com. Don't forget the hyphen. You're not going to make it there, and you're not going to see us. You're not going to see all kinds of other wonderful nerdy things that Project Nerd has to offer.
So go check it out. What are you waiting for? Finish the episode thing.
Yeah,
Check it out.
first
That's
finish
what you
this,
finish.
and then go check out the other Project Nerd stuff.
Project-nerd.
Dot
Go
com.
check it out. .com. End of promotion. Not too bad. Yeah, I guess we could just rate it. You want to go
All
for a
right.
rating?
Yeah, let's.
Just do it up.
All right, I guess. This movie has, I don't. It's just it's. I don't know why that it gets like the hate that it does. Because I mean, like, It's goofy, and you know what you're getting into, I think, when you go into watching a movie called Joe Dirt that's written by SNL cast and is a Happy Madison movie. And if you're going into it expecting, like, you know, award-winning material, it's probably not going to be for you. But, you know, if you have a sense of humor, it will be. It's fun, and I liked it, and I think I'm always going to like this movie because, like, I don't know. I probably watch it at least once every year. At least once. I mean, even if I don't like specifically go out of my way to watch it, it's probably on TV and I'm checking it out. So, I'm going to give this movie an 8.5 mullets out of 10.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
This movie holds a special place in my heart, nostalgic-wise. I latched onto this movie quite early. Owned it on DVD back in the day of DVDs. I don't know, so many great fucking lines in it. And now as an adult, actually really cool fucking story that I'm like, man, that hit me this time. Great cast, everybody in it was fucking hilarious. Feel good movie, fun time. You're fooling yourself if you don't like it. I'm gonna give this movie 9 snakes and sparklers out of 10. And I just want to put this out here that Jen, if this is your guilty pleasure, a movie that other people like that or other people don't like that you like, they're wrong and you're right. So
Yeah, this shouldn't be a guilty pleasure. This is...
So
if you haven't seen Joe Dirt, I think you should check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few things in it that might not agree with. There's some hard R's. There's some,
it's
but
2001. It's watch. It's a movie. But Jen, we're putting the Two Guys One Film seal of approval. Guaranteed, great movie. Those other people are losers, and you're right.
And they don't know what they're talking about. And it's a cool movie. And thank you for making us watch it.
Appreciate it. Yeah. So end of episode.
Yeah, and that's the season premiere.
Man, that just went by fast.
Yeah, right?
So yeah, for Two Guys One Film, I'm Dylan.
And I'm Dane.
And we'll see you next week. I usually don't know when to cut for the credits to roll in, it's really hard. So, I don't know if we wave or anything like that. I don't know what the audience likes. They don't really.
Well, I can just say, and credits.
Us.
And credits.
Okay.
And credits go. I don't know, however you want me to say. And credits go now.